Moulded pulp isn't exactly a household name, but it is a household item. Chances are you've got an egg carton in your fridge that's made of it. This thick, cardboard-like material can be shaped into a variety of containers, such as drink carriers you get at fast food restaurants. Farms ship out their eggs in trays called filler flats. These flats begin as recycled paper, old phone books, newspapers, magazines, cardboard, just about any product made of paper fibres. The factory even recycles its own flats that have been rejected by quality control. The raw materials go into what's called the pulper, a giant blender that mashes everything up and blends it with hot water that's 43 to 65 degrees Celsius. The hot water swells the fibres, causing them to break apart. After 20 minutes, they become pulp, a watery mixture, roughly the consistency of hot porridge. The pulp exits out the bottom of the pulper through a filter that screens out plastics and other contaminants. Shaping the flats is a fully automated process. Formation moulds descend into a vat filled with pulp. A vacuum sucks the mushy mixture onto the moulds, whilst water jets rinse off the excess. Rotating above are transfer moulds. They grab the flats off the formation moulds and move them onto a conveyor. The transfer moulds have a water-based lubricant applied to them. This ensures the flats won't stick to the moulds. The moulds themselves are made of bronze, plastic or aluminium, depending on how long the factory intends to use them. They're covered with a stainless steel mesh, which ensures an even vacuum through the mould so that the pulp spreads evenly over it. The soggy flats now go into an oven for 12 minutes to dry out. The 205 degrees Celsius heat evaporates the water. This bonds the fibres together, forming a rigid material. After they exit the oven, a device appropriately called an upender lifts the flaps up so that they stack into each other. A built-in counting mechanism triggers the machine to section off the required number of flats per package, then compresses them and seals them in a plastic film to keep out dust. The factory uses the identical moulding process to make 4-cup drink carriers. These too go into an oven to dry out the pulp, but only for 6 minutes, half the time the filler flats needs, because this product is smaller and lighter. Automated compactors stack the finished drink carriers. Then workers compress them for packing and shipping. The factory also makes disposable urine bottles for hospitals. They add chemicals to the pulp to make the bottles liquid tight. These moulds are three-dimensional and lined with mesh on the inside. When they submerge into the pulp vat, a vacuum sucks in the pulp. When they resurface, water jets rinse the excess pulp off the bottlenecks, and the vacuum sucks out the water. A spiked conveyor belt transports the bottles to the drying oven. They dry at a lower temperature than the flats and drink carriers do, 176 degrees Celsius, and for a longer time, half an hour. This ensures the chemicals making the bottles liquid tight cure thoroughly. While urine bottles can't be recycled for sanitary reasons, drink holders and filler flats are recyclable, making them practical and environmentally friendly.